Welcome back. Now, in the previous video, there were multiple choice questions that were normally asked NEET questions, and they were from the previous year NEET papers. Now we are going to solve another kind of NEET questions, and they are the assertion and reasoning types. Now, assertion and reasoning types are regarded as difficult by most students, but I am here hoping to simplify it for you. It really is not that tough if you pay attention to what both the statements say and give it a little bit of analysis, which will help you crack the questions. Now, before we dive into the questions, you have to know what the options mean. So if it is option A that you want to choose, it is when both the assertion and the reason are correct and R is the correct explanation of A. Okay, now the option B says if both A and B are true on their own, but R is not the correct explanation of A. Now there are two separate individual statements that are made, but R is not the explanation or the reason for A. Now if you choose option C, it means that you think that A is true and R is false. In itself, the statement itself is false. And if you choose D, it is when both A and R are false. That is, the assertion and reason are both false. So let's jump to the questions. The first question is assertion. Genetic engineering is the use of technology to alter the genome of living cell for medical or industrial use. Okay, so far as we know, this is a correct statement. Now, the reason of this is biotechnology gave rise to an industry that provides products made by genetic engineering of bacteria. Now, at the face value, these two look like two different correct statements, but you are not sure whether or not the reason is the correct explanation of assertion. Now, how to arrive at the answer? We know that genetic engineering is the use of technology, okay, to alter the genome. And the second statement says biotechnology gave rise to an industry that provides products made by genetic engineering of bacteria. Now we know these two statements are valid because both are talking about genetic engineering, and because biotechnology is giving rise to an industry made by genetic engineering, there is production of products for medical and industrial use. Okay, so therefore we know that biotechnology's definition here is giving nothing but the reason for the assertion that there is genetic manipulation of organisms. Therefore A and R are both definitely related, and R is definitely the explanation for A, because biotechnology is the one that is giving rise to the genetic engineering to alter the genome for medical and industrial uses. Okay, so that is how a little bit of analysis helps you crack the assertion and reasoning type better. Now, the second question. The assertion is the preparation of recombinant DNA requires restriction enzymes. Now, we know for a fact that this is a correct statement. Now, there is the reason of this being because these are not used to cleave plasmid DNA. Now, what do you think about this? Do you think this statement is true? No, this statement is false. Okay. Now, you cannot have options 1 and 2 here because in that case both the assertion and reason have to be right. Okay, so you can as well eliminate options A and B. Okay, but in C that says option A is right and the statement R or the reason is wrong. Okay, so therefore that is the correct option because we know for a fact that A is a true statement and reason. This need not have to be a reason for this, but this is a false statement in itself because these are used to cleave plasmid DNA. Okay, only restriction endonucleases enzymes are used to cleave plasmid DNA. So we know that reason itself is a wrong statement, and therefore the option C holds good. Now this question. Kornberg and Ocko received Nobel Prize in the field of genetics. Now, Kornberg and Ocko, in order to, think about such questions, these are all obviously fact-based. So you need to know that Kornberg and Ocko received a Nobel Prize in field of genetics or molecular biology as it is called now for discovering DNA polymerase, okay, characterizing DNA polymerases. So Kornberg and Oko received a Nobel Prize is a correct statement. Because they proposed the mutation theory is a wrong statement, because they were given the Nobel for their work for isolation and basically characterization, okay, characterization of DNA polymerase and also for replication. They proved that you needed DNA polymerases to carry out DNA replication. That is why they received the Nobel Prize. So even in this case, you can as well eliminate the options A and B and go for C, because R itself is, a wrong statement. So this is how you have to analyze assertion and reasoning questions. There are plenty more in books, and there are plenty more on online Smart IQ classes which I will be teaching you. So you will be able to crack them, understand the questions and crack them better. Thank you.